Mazuma TV back with another video. Alright guys, before I start this video, shout out to Fight Hype for this Keith Thurman interview, you know what I'm saying? Fight Hype be putting in some work. And shout out to the other guys who come out there and do great interviews with these athletes and actually aren't biased. Now, before I even start this video, I am not hating on Keith Thurman, you know what I'm saying? I really fuck with Keith Thurman, you know what I'm saying? Really good talker. I could listen to this guy all day. Real eloquent speaker. It definitely seems to be like a young philosopher in a way. He speaks really well and has some great analogies and just real intelligent when it comes to that boxing talk, as he should, because you know he's a world champion. But anyway, uh, they asked him about Danny Garcia's power, and he brought up that home run analogy, which was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I definitely agree. I think Keith Thurman is the harder puncher, but he says they both produce home runs, as in knockouts. You know, it's a metaphor for knockouts. He says so. It doesn't really matter who hits the ball further if they're both home runs. So that means it doesn't matter who punch harder as long as they get the knockout. Which it was a pretty good analogy. I fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? But when breaking down Garcia's knockouts, he kept saying that a lot of his knockouts were rather TKOs. You know what I'm saying? And that made me reflect on both of their, you know what I'm saying, highlights. And it might be true. You know what I'm saying? Danny Garcia, he got that TKO win over Paulie Malignaggi. Got the TKO win over his last opponent. I forgot his name, which is sad. You know what I'm saying? But I forgot his name. The one he fought at the Leocore Center, his last fight before fighting Keith Thurman, March 4th. And Robert Guerrero walked through Danny's shit. Who else? You know what I'm saying? No, besides that, his name was Samuel Vargas. I'm sorry. He stopped Samuel Vargas at the Leocore Center with Meek Mill and AI and all them niggas. Um, but he has a lot of people believe that his power has not moved up to welterweight. You know what I'm saying? And I disagree. You know what I'm saying? I think he definitely still has some power. But when Thurman's saying that his power is usually, I mean, his fights usually end in TKOs and not KOs. It made me look at Keith Thurman's record, and I really think he doesn't have much leverage to talk. We all know Keith Thurman has crazy punching power. You know what I'm saying? Um, It definitely showed. You know, Robert Guerrero is a tough motherfucker, but he even had to sit down because uh Keith Thurman is one hell of a puncher. You know what I'm saying? Buckled Sean Porter's knees. Luckily he was in great shape, because if he wasn't, most likely he would have got knocked out. Uh, who else did he show that power against? Luis Collazo. You know what I'm saying? That was his last fight before Porter, but he didn't knock out Sean Porter in his last fight. Luis Collazo retired at the stool. You know what I'm saying? Robert Guerrero, that was a decision. I know he had a hematoma and all that, but that was a decision. Uh, I'm trying to think. You know what I'm saying, about his last fights. John Zavik, that was a decision. You know. Uh, his last KO had to be Diego Chavez when Diego Chavez was undefeated. And Keith Thurman got his shit clocked. He lucky that Chavez wasn't a good finisher against top quality opponents or something, because he got hit with an overhand right, and Keith Thurman, he got hurt really bad, but you know he came back, so that's pretty much irrelevant. Um, but besides that, and then I look back further on his record. The time before that, he had actually gotten another knockout, was like back in 2010. I know Chavez was like 2013. The Chavez fight was like 2013, and the last KO he had was like 2010 against a fucking bum. You know what I'm saying? Boy had like 9 losses. Y'all can look it up. But um, I'm not discrediting his wins, because a knockout's a knockout. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if the motherfucker on his feet or not. If they stop the fight, then it's a knockout. You know what I'm saying? But I'm only saying this because of how he had critiqued Danny's power, being that most of his opponents get up. Well, Robert Guerrero got up, my man. You know what I'm saying? He got up and actually was winning the later rounds after that. So that you know what I'm saying, that he really doesn't have much leverage to talk. Leonard Bundu got up against you. You know what I'm saying? He got dropped in the first round. He got up. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and you wasn't able to knock him down after that, and you went to a decision. Um, who else? I'm just trying to think back. He didn't drop Porter. Hmm. I mean, I guess that's it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he dropped Collazo. I haven't watched that fight in a minute. I forgot. But I know Collazo retired on the stool. But shit, my man, you over here talking about you over here talking about Danny only get TKOs, but a lot of your fights is about TKO too. And if not, it's decision, just like Danny. You know what I'm saying? You got the higher KO percentage. We know based off of that you're the bigger puncher than Danny. We know that. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? A lot of your wins is about TKO too, so you can't be talked because with a name like One Time, that give off like a Julian Jackson kind of vibe. But you don't have that kind of power, from what I've seen. That's just what I personally think. Shit, prove me wrong. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of your wins is about TKO, my man. So you really can't say shit. You can't really, you know what I'm saying. But let's just see what happens with this fight coming up. I'm gonna make a prediction video probably next week, you know what I'm saying, when the fight starts to come closer. You know, that fight's coming in like 2-3 weeks. Right now it's like what is it, the 17th? I believe it's the 17th. Yeah, it's Friday the 17th. So what after this is a week after this is the 24th. Tomorrow's the 18th, right? So then it's gonna be the 25th. Then yeah, then it's fight time, baby. You got 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Let's just see what happens. This is Mazuma TV. Y'all let me know what y'all think, and I'm out.